Don't hate the black, don't hate the white. If you get bitten, just hate the bite.
Different strokes for different folks.
We got to live together. I am everyday people. Boom, 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 boom. Dance to the music. Dance to the music.
How did you make the transition from being a DJ to singing?
I brought a piano. I had a piano live in there. And there were some times when, like some commercials, I made them up myself. I played my piano and I sang the commercials. And then some songs that I liked, I'd cut in on the part and turn the record down. And then turn the record back up, No, there's just a natural feeling that I get. Some people like to swim, so when they see water, they get turned on.
But music does it for you.
Yeah, the most.
Music fans are mourning the loss of a Bay Area legend tonight. Sly Stone of the band Sly and the Family Stone died surrounded by family in Los Angeles this morning. He was 82 years old.
He took me into the fold as though I was a sibling, and I'm still trying to process it right now.
Sly Stone is absolutely one of the giants of music to come from the Bay Area, and we have had a lot of gigantic talent
Rusty
here.
says playing bass for Sly's band was a dream come true. He says the Vallejo native made his mark in the music world, and he was honored to be a small part of it.
I'm going to miss him tremendously. The world will.
Somebody big just died. Funk music pioneer Sly Stone is dead at 82 years old. And my friend Mike North is here to deliver the eulogy. Mike, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, Joe. Better than Sly is tonight. Of course, he hadn't been doing good for a while. Sylvester Stewart, as he was originally named, but we'll get to him in a minute. We got to get our advertisers out of the way. The beautiful Cumberland chapels, and that is a beautiful chapel, folks. Out there at 8300 West Lawrence Avenue, Norridge, Illinois. Anthony Lupo, Senior Lupo, Jr., Peter M. Martino, Louis A. Martino, Jr. Been serving families in the neighborhood, the northwest side of Chicago, Norridge, that area up there, all the way out to Arlington Heights, forever, ladies and gentlemen. And there's your testimonials of recent people that have passed on. I'll tell you what, they have beautiful chapels, plenty of parking. They walk you through everything. They take care of you. The place is a block long or half a block long, and with the parking and everything, parking across the street, just outstanding. If you want to be treated with dignity and if you want to be treated with respect, go to Cumberland Chapels, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we also have Pennyville Station. Great place. Check it out. Established 2018, Tony Antonacci built a great place there. They're building another place on the corner in Park Ridge there. It's going to be a rooftop bar and everything else. It's going to be two places, outstanding. It's got great martinis, great drinks, great libations, if you will. Mahi, Joe's favorite, the lobster rolls, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Here I am with Tony and Jesse Rogers. We've been there numerous times. I had my party for my Lifetime Achievement Award there. Outstanding, 112 Main Street, Park Ridge, Illinois, Pennyville Station. Go see Tino Antonacci, Tony Antonacci, the whole crew over there. They're just all right. Ladies and gentlemen, the man transcended, first of all. Sly and the Family Stone transcended color, race. He was a guy that brought people together. He was a guy that understood. He was giving you messages through his music. I bought one of his albums, the one with Hot Fun in the Summertime and Family Affair. He had some great music. His band consisted of Kathy Silva, Freddie Stone, Rose Stone, his sister. He had his brother in the band, Larry Graham. They had a falling out. This was an interracial band too. He was from San Francisco, and it was unusual. And we'll talk more about the band too. He had bands that were interracial earlier in his career too. So Sly's just one of the best, and I got to tell you, I was sort of shocked. Now there is an interview with Muhammad Ali. Sly Stone is hammered, is on drugs. I believe that looks like Sally Kellerman there. I'm not sure. But he was on drugs, and Ali wasn't having any of it. It was on the Mike Douglas show back in the day. I don't know if Joe can pull that up, maybe.
I tried to pull it, but the quality is so low I couldn't get anything.
Right. But they had a contentious thing. But Ali was a gentleman to him. But Ali wanted to knock him out when I saw him on the show.
Yeah, he was saying something about he wanted to change the color of the American flag or something. It was crazy.
Ali had enough. I mean, he just had enough with the guy. So anyway, his name was Sly Stone. His stage name was Sly Stone. He was born March 15th, 1943 in Denton, Texas. He died June 9th, Los Angeles, California. One of the greats. The guy was original. He brought funk into the picture. She was great. His sister, unbelievable. They all played multiple instruments. Sylvester Stallone played drums.
Sly Stone.
Oh, yeah. Did I say Sylvester Stallone?
You said Sylvester Stallone.
I got news for you. I might say that 10 more times tonight. All right. I'll just go by Sly. Sly played many instruments. He played the drums. He played the guitar. He played the organ. He sang. He did it all. He also got into something called drugs in the mid-'70s, which just derailed everything. Now, in the 60s, they were on fire. The late 60s. In 1968, Dance to the Music, Everyday People, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again. Then in 1969, I Want to Take You Higher. 1969, Family Affair, which is a great song. 1971, And If You Want Me to Stay. Hot Fun in the Summertime. I mean, hit after hit after hit.
There's some big, good jams there, man.
Yeah, he did. And you know what was great? Their band. Their band was great. I took some of the songs on Twitter. I was watching them. Of course, she wore the wig all the time. She always came out in something different. But then by the mid-'70s, okay, his drug use and erratic behavior effectively ended the group. That's how bad it was, because he's the leader. And when you're the leader, you're messed up. Okay? He went solo, and he did a bunch of garbage. He did 4 albums that didn't work out. That didn't happen for him. He toured with Parliament, Funkadelic, Bobby Womack, Jesse Johnson. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993. He took part in the Sly and the Family Stone tribute at the 2006 Grammy Awards, which I remember. And that was his first live performance in 19 years. And
he said he retired.
Yeah. Well, he was living out of a van. I don't know if it was down by the river, but he was living out of a van for a long time. His early life, born in Denton, Texas. He sang in church. He recorded local stuff, to get himself in there. He was a very ambitious guy. He was a musical prodigy. There's that band. By the time he was 7, he had already become proficient on the keyboards. By the age of 11, he had mastered the guitar, the bass, drums as well. While in high school, he settled primarily in high school bands with the guitar, of all things. His nickname was Sly. It was a common one for Sylvester throughout the years in grade school. Early on, classmate misspelled his name, Sylvester, and the nickname had followed him after that. He worked as a disc jockey in San Francisco in the 60s, excuse me. He played across over hits. The guy had no racial prejudice whatsoever. You could just tell by his band, by his music.
Yeah.
He was just a great guy, except for one thing. He did more drugs than the median cartel. I mean, seriously. He played the Beatles. He played the Stones when he was a DJ. He played a lot of white music, which he was into. He was influential in guiding KSLM into soul music. And since then, it has changed out of San Francisco formats, much like WLS changed here in Chicago. It was a big rock station for so many years. Now it's who knows what it is, political talk.
He basically brought on funk music by himself.
Yeah, and everybody looks at him as a, I guess, a father figure. I knew he was still alive. A lot of people thought he was dead. He lived, because he hadn't done anything in a long time. He was la ba ba. Yeah, baby. But he had some great songs. He was performing with his band, Sly and the Stoners, at first. What an appropriate song for him.
That's very appropriate given the subject matter.
Cynthia Robinson on trumpet. His brother Freddie was working with the band and so many other people. Their success came prevalent in 1967, 1968. That's him in 2007. There, you can probably say he's done every drug known to man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the van that he was living in for a while. That's a wig. There's no two ways about it.
Uh-huh.
And it's not pretty. Yeah,
no, it's not.
No.
That's an awful wig.
It's a terrible wig. Looks like there's a rat.
That's his memoir.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the guy was cool. What can I tell you? Even to the end. He had a production company. But then come the personal problems, ladies and gentlemen. The hits stopped coming, okay? Now, the success caused serious problems. Relationships within the band were deteriorating. There was friction between the Stone brothers and Larry Graham, their guitar player. Epic requested more marketable output. The Black Panther Party in San Francisco demanded that Stone make his music more militant. You believe this? And more reflective of the Black Power movement. So he had to replace his guys, his two white guys, and some other guys in the band. And after moving to Los Angeles in 1969, Stone and his bandmates became heavy users of illegal drugs, primarily cocaine, PCP, which messes you up. PCP messes you up, folks.
It explains a lot of his interviews.
Oh, yeah. Cocaine is one thing. You're mixing that with, you're taking coke. I knew a kid that I worked with back in my 20s who was on PCP. He couldn't function practically. Okay? I worked with him in the Park District. And he ended up getting fired. I think he committed suicide down the line.
Oh,
that's how potent these drugs were. He carried a case filled with illegal drugs.
Really?
So, yes. Carried a case filled with illegal drugs. He located to Los Angeles. His behavior became more erratic. It says here, the band's cohesiveness slowly began. Would you quit it? Leave Jimmy to say alone. His cohesiveness slowly began to erode. The sales and popularity began to decline as well. Live bookings for Sly and the Family Stone steadily dropped. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what happened. He had 3 concerts set in Chicago. He missed them all. So then he says, all right, there's no doubt about it, Cliff. I grew up in the 60s and 70s. I knew people like I did who did PCP. The effects I saw on them to running into a brick wall head first. No doubt about it. The kid that I'm talking about hurled himself out of a window. He did so much of it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And if you want to, it's in the 70s. And his name, I can't remember his name, but out of the Hancock building. Now, the Hancock building had thick glass in there. Boom, went right through it. And 49 stories, if I remember. PCP messes you up. So this is why this guy was missing. The cocaine, if cocaine made you miss, nobody would show up. Okay? Nobody would show up. This guy did PCP. Now, they started to drop in their stuff. A lot of what was happening, though, he misses the 3 concerts. So he says, all right, I'm sorry. I'll do a makeup concert. He doesn't show up to the makeup concert at the Grant Park Band Shell. It's not where it is now. The band shell used to be on the other end of Grant Park.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you're going to pull something up on the computer, I can tell.
No, I'm not. I magically dropped off the show. I'm like, okay, I'm back.
Anyway, so thousands of people show up. Now, the band shell used to be on the other side of Grant Park, but not far from Soldier Field, by the museum there. And they didn't show up. Cop cars turned over. Look up 1970, Joe. Sly and the Family Stone riot in Grant Park, Chicago. I know what I'm talking about. I almost was there. I was going to go there, and then we said, whoa. You know?
Oh, dang, man.
I'm telling you.
Hang on, I'll have the pictures up in a second.
All right, I'll still talk about this stuff. In 1 year, he had 86 concerts. He missed 26 of them. And he came late to 25 or 30 of them.
That's nuts, dude.
All right? You know what happens when that happens? You end up sleeping in a van down by the river, which he ended up doing.
Yeah. There you go, Mike.
There we go. This is Grant Park, folks. This is what I do. You become a historian if you live long enough. This was on the other side of Grant Park, towards the Field Museum, and by Soldier Field. So now they're out there for an hour and a half. And then they hear he's not coming.
Oh,
they had already canceled a few other times. People went out of their minds. And the cops, I mean, it was a full-blown riot. And he caused riots in numerous cities because he failed to show up. So that's what happened to him. They stopped believing in him. People didn't want to book him. People were afraid.
I can't
because
blame
they didn't want to have what happened there happen. So great.
Here's the Sun Times, Mike.
Look at. Nobody's talking. That's why we do this show. This wasn't anywhere. You know what it was? Say, Sly's a genius. Sly is great. Sly is this. Sly.
Look at him flipping police cars.
I'm telling you, a police car was on its side. This is what I do.
90 injured. That's nuts.
It was crazy. Let me tell you what you see in L.A. LA's nothing compared to that. Then they ran down Michigan Avenue. But I like our cops. If you notice, our cops are throwing shit back. And they got they got their billy clubs out because in 1968 they went full medieval on the kids from the convention. Yeah. So they were already
different times.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was wonderful to watch. But it wasn't cool in 1970. And the cars were flipped over. They called the cops, the whole ball waxed. Yeah. And did you hear anything about this today? Not one thing. Oh, he's a genius. He was wonderful. No, he was out of his mind. He was on PCP, on coke, carried a case filled with illegal drugs, didn't show up to 26 out of 86. Okay. Out of 86, and then was late for half of the ones that he showed up to.
Well, he was even late for their acceptance speech into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. I mean, they couldn't even come on time for that.
I was like, if you're not going to on time for that, are you ever going to be on time for anything?
Yeah, I mean, come on. I still love Family Affair. It's too bad some artists have issues away from music or video. Oh, yeah, I'm with you 100%, but that's part of the deal. Yeah, I was not going to be late for my Lifetime Achievement Award. You're not going to be late for something like that, Joe. You get something
No.
where people are honoring you, you show up. This guy says, I'll show up if I want.
They even made a joke, like when he came onto the stage, the family's like, "Oh, look who's here."
Yeah. All sorts of problems. This I'm going to show people something. I do Wikipedia, let's see if I can get this right. I don't think this is all his trouble. This is all his trouble. Look, this ain't 9 lines. This ain't 9 lines.
He's got an essay.
Yet the guy lives to be 82 years old. He emerged in 2007 for a short time. Great performer when he was all together. Okay. In January 2015, he showed up along with 4 of his bandmates at a convention dedicated to honoring the band. Okay. At the Oakland Theater. So that was nice for him. He also wrote a book, a biography, like Joe says.
Yeah.
He did some film and television. He died on June 9th, 2025. So his influences, along with James Brown, Parliament, Funkadelic, Sly and the Family Stone, they were pioneers, man. There is his autobiography, which I know he didn't write. Okay.
Yeah, his agent's even listed as a co-author as well as the other guy. So 3 people wrote the book, aka 2 people wrote the book.
Yeah, his producer was Terry Melcher. He on more than one occasion was with Charles Manson. So he hung out with him. Guy had a hell of a life.
Sure did.
He got married to, I remember this, to actress Kathy Silva, good-looking woman. 1974, during a concert sold out at Madison Square Garden. There were 4,000 doves released. I mean, the guy just did what he wanted to do.
I quickly grabbed a photo of those 2, Mike. Let's see.
How they look. By the way, they separated in 1976 after their son was mauled by his dog.
Oh, geez.
Look at this. Look at him. He's out of his mind. They separated after that. Silver later told People magazine, I didn't want that world of drugs and weirdness. Still, she remembers, he'd write me a song or promise to change, and I'd try again. We were always fighting. So the guy was just a troubled guy. He had some kids. His cousin is Moses Tyson Jr., is a great gospel musician, I guess so.
When I was doing research on this show, Mike, I found I was trying to find a recent interview with Sly Stone, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. When his memoir came out, you think Sly would be doing media, right?
Nothing.
The media interviewed his kids about a book that they didn't write.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I almost pulled that, and I'm like, this is going to confuse people. I'm not going to play it. If you want to look it up, it's bizarre.
He said he lived his life. He said he did what he wanted to do. So he basically had no regrets. I'll tell you what, today's been somewhat of a tough day, and I want to let everybody know. Not only did I lose, and I say I, because Joe wasn't around here then. I lost 2 of my favorites, Sly, and I said, okay, that's it for this week. Thank God there's nobody big going to die. And then Brian Wilson dies today. And that's going to be Friday. And I'm really down about that.
I love the Beach Boys, Mike. And that's not even my time, but I love the Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys are loved by everybody, like Joe said. My nephews who are young love the Beach Boys. You love the Beach Boys. I don't want some... I heard some anchor today say, they asked, what's your favorite Beach Boy song? She goes, Kokomo. I go, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? That's for the people that had never seen the Beach Boys in the 60s, 70s. God only knows. Wouldn't it be nice? Help me, Rhonda. You want
Good vibrations, Mike.
Good vibration. Sloop John B. You want me to go all night like Lionel Richie? I'll go all night long.
One of the best Christmas songs.
Darling. What's that, Joe? The best Christmas song. Joe,
let's see.
Are you in talk show hell right now, Joe? You brought up something and now you don't remember what the name is.
No, it's He's the good old Saint Nick, Saint Nick. It's called like Good Old Saint Nick or something like that. Yeah, it's good. It's a good song.
Mike Love, Brian Wilson, Carl Wilson, Dennis Wilson, Al Jardine, Bruce Johnson. He outlived them all except the three. You got Love is still around. The Beach Boys are appearing, I think, in our
They
area.
were supposed to play Riot Fest in Chicago in the fall.
Right. So they're going to come back. He went solo, but we'll talk about that next week. So he's at peace because he sure as hell wasn't at peace for the most part, or maybe he was when he was alive. But thanks for the entertainment. I loved It's a Family Affair. Thank you for letting me be myself again. I love
Everyday People is such a good song.
Everyday People, hot fun in the summertime. Everybody is a star. Just outstanding music. And you're going to be missed. You're really going to be missed. Now, our condolences also to his family.
That's right.
To his family and sister. We also got to say that too, because I think there are some living siblings right now. All right, now let me get this guy up here real quick.
Little Saint Nick
David
in the
Greenwood.
chat. Someone said the song is Little Saint Nick. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
That's from Lapa Pop. All right. That's our guy. Honorable mention. David Greenwood, former Chicago Bull, out of UCLA. Passed away today, or June 8th, excuse me. 6'9". He was
a tall man.
Forward, had that nice arching shot. There's David. He was not a bad ball player, okay? I'll give you his stats real quick. I got to give him, in the pros, he averaged 10 points a game, 8 rebounds, 47% from the field. There was no three-point shot at the time. I will say this. Here's what screwed us. Okay, and with the Bulls, he played in 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. So not a bad draft pick. He was taken second in the 79 draft, okay? He played 82 games, all 82 games the first 3 years. Okay, then 79, then 78, then 61 and 68. So he was a good player for the Bulls. All right, with Chicago, he averaged, like I said, he had a field goal average of 47%. He averaged, let me see if I could find this here. He averaged 10 points a game. Oh, no, 12 points a game with the Bulls and 8 rebounds. Here's the sad part. We had a coin toss. Now, in 1969, you want to know why I am the way I am? You want to know why my hair's tilted tonight?
Why?
You wanna know why? Because in 1969, we had a coin toss for Terry Bradshaw for the first pick in the draft for the Bears. We lose. We get Mike Hall. They get Terry Bradshaw. The Pittsburgh Steelers go on to win 4 Super Bowls. Okay, so I'm not over that one yet. I'm still not over that. You see the guy win 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So that same year, we have a coin flip between the Lakers and the Bulls. We lose that coin flip. They get Magic Johnson. Get David Greenwood. Wait a minute. Yeah. Here you go. Was a good ball player, but we knew we were screwed when we lost the coin flip. So David Greenwood, his claim to fame, hey, you're a heck of a pro. Never caused a problem. You played 12 years. You also played for the San Antonio Spurs, Denver, Detroit. And you made a good living. You played 12 years. You're an honorable guy. You kept it clean. Passed away early at 68. But yeah, that was a tough year for me. Bradshaw, we lose that coin toss and we lose Magic Johnson. Can you imagine if it would have been reversed? What would have happened to the Bears? God, he probably would have been hurt in the 4th game or something.
Mike, speaking of Terry Bradshaw, I just got to tell you this. Besides that,
yeah,
I'm getting targeted ads because I don't live too far from the new Horseshoe Casino or whatever the casino is in Hammond, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hard Rock.
Right.
Terry Bradshaw is coming on tour, but He's singing.
Yes.
Who is going to pay to go watch Terry Bradshaw sing? I want to
Joe,
know.
let's go. Let's me and you go and sit in the front row.
We'll be the only people there, Mike.
Yeah. I guess he does okay. I mean, he's Terry Bradshaw.
That's
Probably tell
nuts.
some stories. You know, I'll never forget Chuck Noll gave me a wedgie. Yeah, those were some good. Now I'm going to sing my way. Okay.
Jesus.
Anyway, David Greenwood, God bless. Good pro. And of course, Sly.
The legend.
The legend is right. And then we're going to be back on Friday
night.
We want to thank Pennyville Station, Cumberland Chapels. You guys are terrific. Thanks for letting us put this great show on. Nobody anywhere knew about the Chicago riots. Nobody until you come here today. I was 18. Damn. I was 18 years old, baby, living the life. Still am. Happy to be here. Happy to be here. All right. On behalf of Joe, I'm Mike. See you next time when somebody big just died.